Hello people, welcome to another episode of Iron Fist Mining. A lot has gone on since the last time I did one of these. I hurt my back at work was one, so I was off for a week. I came light because of that. I don't really want to hurt my back, but I want to find some shiny. I want to get a little color. Also, while I was working, today is Sunday, the previous week, there was some guy that went on a rampage right down the street from where I was working, started shooting cops and stuff. You may have seen that on the news. That was kind of weird. It's just been a real freaky, weird kind of time. Anyway, we've had some rain. Like I said, my back had been hurting, but I'm sure there's probably some new deposits. Everything looks pretty clean. I'm at my usual spot, but I don't plan to stick here. I only came down with a shovel and my backpack, which has got a pan and a little classifier, a back brace, and my gold recovery stuff, little coffee can thing. I'm going to kind of show you some of this junk of me prospecting, how I do it, but I also have some video stuff I did at other locations where I got skunked. So I might even show you that stuff too. So stick around, stay tuned. We'll see what happens in this episode of Iron Fist Mining. So today I got the sluice set up on slow, and I'm running a bucket type of dredge method where you just stick the bucket in the dirt, scoop it up, and bring it home to wash. I always keep it close, but for some of you that haven't understood how this thing's working, it's kind of in slow motion right now. Reason being, I don't want to blow out any of this gold I found, so I'm going to run it extra slow. But these rocks normally tumble out down to this flat plate, so none of this stuff is ending up in my hog mat. And you can run it slow enough, like this is usually how I catch all the crystals. I see them in here, and I just grab them. But if it's running fast, they're gone. But then it runs off of the deck, and then usually it just spills out the back about 6 inches away and makes a little dam. But when I run slow, because on this back sluice too, I also tip it up a little bit, just a tiny bit, maybe a ½ inch. That way the gold has to kind of step up to get out. And it washes out this back end. And there's some of the material that I cleaned out. Because it's running slow, I'm not going to dump a bunch in there. I don't want it to clog up, so I had time to show you this, where normally I don't, because it takes like, I dump it in there and it's through. Especially when I put it in water that fast. If it bundles up around you, you know, I had to make this because otherwise it wouldn't work. It'd just fall through and sit there. You gotta have flow. And you can kind of see it pulling this lip. I don't know if that'll show up on YouTube, but right about here is where the lip ends. And underneath, the flow is like 3 times more. In fact, you can see it curling up. It's blowing up. It's like a little jet. So you're just stuck with the heavies. Hello people, welcome to another episode of Iron Fist Mining. I have finally made it out to that spot that I wanted to go to, which maybe you can tell, it's different. This big river system, look at the size of these rocks. 5-gallon bucket, full on 5-gallon bucket, rock bigger than that. I had to throw that one in, been digging with some of my crevicing tools. Made these a long time ago. This is an old flat rod that I beat down and put a little hooky bob on there. We're getting up in them there cracks, baby, up in them there cracks. Anyway, I had to walk around for a while because I've never been down here prospecting. I've been here before, but for other reasons. Anyway, I cleaned out that little crack right there. Started seeing these little balls show up. See them little balls? Those are birdshot balls. Which is kind of cool because where they're at, you'll usually find other heavies. See that chunk of gold right there? See that chunk of gold right there? There's a couple others by them balls. Try not to lose them. Yeah, just pan it down, see if I can find them. There's that big one. There's another. Whoop. There was 3 good pieces up in there. They must have fell down with the balls. Bunch of little guys, but I'm on some gold. I'm hoping to find a nugget out here. Heard nothing but good stuff, so I'm gonna keep digging and I'll see what I come up with. It's just kind of different, man. There's nowhere for me to really... I came in light, just came with some pans and digging tools and a little baby shark tooth that I made. I might even set that up on the bank and then just wash some dirt. We'll find out. Out in this kind of stuff though, the gold's on the bottom of the big rocks, so I'm going to dig them out and see what I can get. Alright, I found this little spot where I'm getting some decent little pieces. I'm just dipping my pan. Might have to do a starter hole. And I'm pretty aggressive about it. I'm not really screwing around trying to save it. In my experience, which doesn't count for much, but if you spend too much time screwing around, you're not going to pick up the kind of gold you want. You're better to hit and move. Even if you do find gold, you should really try to keep moving, because if you don't, the chances are you picked up the gold in the spot. And the more you keep digging there trying to think you're going to get more, unless there's a big nest of it. Not seeing any color in this pan. The last one I had, there was 4 pieces. There's 1, 2, 3 little pieces in there. I ain't going to bother trying to show you, but I'm going to transfer the gold pieces that are right there into my little red cup. And then once I get enough, I'll pan those out and I'll show you. But sometimes it's worth it just to... Last time I came out here, doing it by pan was faster than doing it by sluice. So I'm going to see what I can find and I'll show you. Alright, so I've been panning for like maybe an hour. I don't know if you can see it in the bottom there. That little line in the bottom. There's some gold in it. There's also some mercury and rocks and junk. Let me get some of that water out of there. Every time I put the camera in there, it kind of goes away. I can't really see what I'm seeing, but there's gold down there in the bottom by the soap floating. It's probably been like a million pans, and I found why I'm hitting it is because of this. This is what's on the bottom here for the erosion control. I thought there was like little bitty holes in it, which there is. Let me hold it up to the light. See? This is what's making all the gold stay so shallow here, is this stuff. It was loose on the bottom and it came up, so I pulled it up. And underneath it was a bunch of clay and real super fine dirt. But I'm just following it, scraping it up, and I'm going to put all the material and put the rocks back. There's a lot of it on the backside, and the reason I'm getting more gold doing it this way is every pan that comes up, I can see what's in the area that I'm digging. All this black stuff you see here is that stuff, and the piece that came out was right there. I flipped that rock over and that piece was just torn. So I'm going to dig a little bit longer. I do have other stuff I have to do today. Found one cool crystal, I think. See if I can find it. Put it in a pocket somewhere. Not bad at all. It's kind of dirty, but it's got some rainbowy type stuff. I know this camera's not going to pick it up, but it's nice. A little sanding and stuff. It'll come out to be a nice little sit it on the table kind of thing. Usually this is the spot where I find those nice clear crystals, so I've been kind of hoping to find a big one. Oh, what's that? Oh, I saw that yellow on it. I thought, ooh, there's a specimen, man. Oh, no. See that junk right there? A lot of you guys are posting these in the rock hounds. I can see on this that's within the yellow there's silver, and that just means that this granite, like that rock, grew next to it, and the pyrite got in there. But once that stuff's exposed to enough oxygen, it turns silver, so it's junk. What is that? Something in the water down there. I have to go look. Anyway, I'm going to dig a little bit more. This is what I consider a good test pan. I'm hoping you can see the shiny at the tip there. Some pieces. Shiny, 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 shiny. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 pieces in that one little pan. Let me tap it up here. Sorry about the camera shaking. I see it. And there's a whole bunch more down in there. So that's what I'm looking for. If I get on that, then that's where I want to be. And something else worthy of note that I forgot to mention. I'm up above where the mercury layer got really thick. I went above it about 2 feet. See, it goes gold, mercury layer, and black sands. So you can sit and dig in the black sands if you want, but that's 3 steps away from where you're trying to go. So if you're getting an abundance of either one, try moving up. Well, I've had just about enough of digging, but for doing half of what I normally do, I got quite a bit of gold. It's not too shabby. It's really clean. Got a bunch down in this stuff, but there's the bulk of it. I was just doing this just to show you, not only because my back hurts, but you don't need a bunch of fancy equipment that you've modified and blah, 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 blah. You can do it with just a pan. So I'm going to suck that up, put it in my jar of doom, and head the hell up out of here. Okay, so for the epilogue, what do we say? You can find gold without a whole bunch of gear. And no, it wasn't a whole bunch of gold. I'm not going to get rich on it, but I did find quite a bit for just using a pan and a shovel, little army shovel. Well, what else? Sometimes you get skunked. It's not a big deal. The benefit of using it this way is you get to see each scoop, where it's at, if it's there. Because when you're just digging like a wild man, half the time you're just throwing dirt in your sluice that doesn't really have anything in it. So at least this way it gives you some idea how the gold sits. And like I said, if you go to a spot repeatedly, take a picture of it, mark where you found it, lay down some kind of carpet or something in there. That way once you get a bunch of gold out, you put that down, put a rock on top of it, nothing's going to sink below that, and you'll always have a spot to go get gold. Just don't tell your buddies. What else? I don't know. Hope the craziness in the world ends. But as for me, and Iron Fist Mining, we're out of here, dude. Gotta go mow some lawn, pet a dog, watch a movie, get some gas, do some shopping. All kinds of stuff. Get ready to go back to work. So, from me to you, you to me, and back again, thanks for tuning in and watching Iron Fist Mining. Peace out, people.